All right, let's see. We're going live. We are live, ladies and gents. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming in and saying hello with us. So what we're going to do is, this is an impromptu. We weren't really going to, should I just tell the truth what happened? We were supposed to go stream over at Pinterest, and I got it mixed up, and that isn't until Thursday. So we're like, yeah, everything's already set up. Let's just stream on YouTube. So this is impromptu. YouTube hasn't been sending out our notifications, so we're just going to sit around and chit chat until some people wander in, and if nobody wanders in, we're just going to shut down. So today we're going to talk about what we planned on doing for the channel. And if you've never been with us before, I have a partner off screen named Lorelei. She is an intuitive reader. I'm a pendulum practitioner, and together we both do lithomancy, and we try to weave all that together into one message. So today what we will probably do is do single stone drops. Instead of, normally we read 3 or 4 stones at once. 3, 4, 5, you know, like a larger read. But most commonly, I think almost all the time, we just read 3 stones. But when we do stuff online like this, where it's, you know, just like a free intro read, we just do a 1 stone drop, and we'll answer a specific question with pendulums if need be. So we're going to wait a minute until some people connect here, because it is still getting going. But if you're watching this on rerun, thanks for hanging out. You might want to jump a few minutes ahead while we're chewing the fat. But we are lately, so YouTube's really weird, right? We start this channel and everybody's like, well, YouTube really wants shorts. You got to make shorts. And what shorts are, if you're unaware of them, they're videos that last under a minute.
And they are difficult and obnoxious to make.
They're really difficult to make.
Like, they take as much editing time as a long video.
And I like taking my time and connecting with you people, and, you know, especially when we're doing readings and stuff, it's really hard to connect in a minute. Like, I need to talk with someone a little bit and get their vibe and feel their energy.
Well, when you're doing general readings and then trying to rush it all, you know, the full, you know, a 3 stone reading into 1 minute was almost impossible. So we cut it down to just doing the 1 stone, the first, you know, the most important stone on there, and people got really mad.
Yeah.
Like, we got all these thumbs down, and
people want a lot for free. They're like, yep, you will give us a full reading in 1 minute, all the stones.
And we would put the full reading up.
Tough.
It was just a longer content.
So somebody's trying to get in here, says waiting for it. So does that mean, because it looks like we picked up a viewer, I don't know. Give us 1 sec. We're going to type for a minute. Cannot type.
Is it typing?
Yeah, it's just hard to reach. Computer's all the way over there. So if you're just coming in and we're catching up here, it says we have a few viewers, but apparently YouTube's having a lot of problems, because our friend's trying to get in right now, and it is saying that we are not live, or they're saying it's live, but they can't get in. It says it's waiting.
Well, I'm on.
So if anybody is actually watching, can you comment in the comments and say, hey, we hear you, everything's working right? Until we get some people in, we're just going to keep talking about YouTube and the fun of broadcasting on YouTube. So normally what happens is we used to have a pretty large channel where we went live. I had a channel for homesteading stuff, and we were like, yeah, let's do lithomancy reads on it. I'm bored with it. So we decided to do some lithomancy, and it was pretty good turnout over there. But
like an amazing turnout.
then what happens is, after you live stream a bit, some reason YouTube dislikes your channels and stops sending people and stops notifying. And YouTube's just, the algorithm is really, really fickle. It's very difficult to compare it to when I started 12 years ago. YouTube used to be much simpler. Oh, weird. So Randy says, it said she was waiting, and then she clicked the button and it let her get in. So I don't know what that was about. I guess you have to click the button. So click the button. So anyway, we were talking about the direction of this channel. So we were doing, like we have, if you've never started a channel on YouTube, especially these days with crushing amounts of competition, it wasn't like it is, when I started 12 years ago. There's probably 200 active tarot channels on here.
Oh, yeah.
Doing live reads and stuff. And so what happens is we're starting with no viewers, no subscribers, no nothing. And the only way to get kind of attention is you have to do these things called YouTube Shorts to get people to pay attention, the 1-minute stories. And what happens is the people that watch shorts usually don't watch long content like this or don't go to the live stuff. They just want a quick read and then they're going to watch 300 or more shorts that day. Going to bounce it in and out. And we don't really enjoy making them. I like being able to talk to you like this where we just have kind of a slow roll and we get time to connect and explore. And so our content's shifting more to long content, and YouTube is also turning more into, we're trying to live stream here a little more, but for some reason it's just not announcing or telling people we're here.
I got on one channel, I got a subscription, or I got a notification, but on my other channel I didn't.
Oh.
So it is very random.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to be doing some reads here in a little bit. We'll be doing one stone reads. Sometimes we do a little sound to just get things up and going. I did want to mention a few other things though before we get going. Is we were playing with the idea of maybe doing a podcast. A long time ago I used to have a live show that was pretty successful. We had a lot of views when I was doing a live show. And we were thinking about maybe just having some topics, but I'm not sure how to tie it into lithomancy. I mean, I feel like we could do esoteric topics or talk about a couple predictions of stuff coming up, but I don't know how we would make a full-blown podcast without kind of going a little sideways on this. But I really want to, because I think it would be fun just to be able to sit and BS with people. I don't know.
I think we
were
could
talking
figure it
about
out. It's an idea, something we're tossing around.
So you know we also have a cooking channel, and the cooking channel, we put our first podcast up yesterday.
And that one's easy.
What, the cooking channel?
The cooking channel is easy to do a podcast on.
Oh yeah, there's
Lithomancy's a little to tie
tons
it
of
in.
topics. It is tougher, so I'm trying to figure out how we tie in. I mean, we could take esoteric or spiritual topics. That'd be fun. But
well, as with everything, we're very, very narrow.
So, all right, we got a few viewers now. What I'm going to do is we were going to do a little sound stuff to wake everything up. I like using sound on crystals and the board and the space just to clear everything out. So if you're wearing headphones, this is a warning. It's coming. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hum. That's a nice bowl. I like that bowl a lot. That's our favorite bowl, I think. I don't know. There's a couple cool bowls we own. We own a few.
Like 20.
I like a few bowls.
Just a couple.
So what we're going to do is we are going to do a reading. Let's see. Do we just want to do a general read to see what's going on in the world?
Yeah, let's just toss it out there for...
Let's pick a pendulum here.
Whoever happens to float by.
All right. I'm wearing long sleeves, so I had to pull them up so I don't burn them. Let me feel this.
Dillingham.
I'm feeling something right here, right up front.
Is it a tiger eye?
Black What is this, the striped onyx?
Oh, striped onyx.
Striped onyx, if you guys want to see it. Yep. That's what I'm using today. We will see what it says. All right. Do you actually want to work today? Yes. Okay. I don't get to use this one very often, so I'm pretty excited to try a new pendulum out.
Okay, that's a new one.
This will be fun. All right, so we're going to do a new read. Just a general read. I'm going to set the intention of, what do we want to set? A general.
I think just a general for whoever
happens to stumble upon this.
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
You may want to push your charger back a little bit. Oh, there it goes. I was watching the thing.
Oh yeah, we're 10 seconds ahead.
I forgot the lag is really.
Yeah, if you don't know, for some reason the lag's really a lot here. So when we say stuff, we can't see your response for 10 seconds.
Which feels like forever.
Yeah, especially when we're doing readings. It's very strange. Okay, so let's do a general drop to see what's going on. For anybody that's watching, coming in the next day or two, catching this on a rerun, I'm just going to close my eyes and pick. Probably going to wreck the whole grid. Do you want to pick one, baby?
No, just pick.
I always get the rose quartz. All right. So we have 3 stones today. We have, hey Amanda, thanks for coming in.
Yay.
We have sodalite. We have rose quartz and galena. So we're going to talk for a minute. We're just doing like a general reading. If you pick up on this, and this might be for you, but we just kind of want to see what's going on out in the atmosphere today.
There's a new person too.
Oh, who came in? Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
With $3 worth of sugar.
And cookies.
Well, that's a heck of a name right there. We appreciate you coming in. If you don't know what's going on, we're doing Lithomancy. We kind of had a little slow start because YouTube didn't announce us. And so, Amanda, did you get an announcement? Let me know in the comments if it let you know. So here we go. We're going to do a general drop and see what the universe says out there. What does it want us to know today? Okay. So it's a general time. Where do we want to start? We want to start with sodalite, rose quartz, galena. Okay, so it's talking about, oh, can you not see that? There's the galena. It's out of the ring. So we're looking at 2 months ago, galena. 2 months ago, we're in the health category, obstacle. And this set something in motion of general. When I say, like I said, this is like a general reading. It's a very weird card for this because galena is a very big inflammation stone. And if you didn't know, galena has lead in it, which is fun because we wash our hands after I cast this stuff. We actually cast with a couple toxic crystals.
Yeah, vanadinite, galena,
malachite. We throw all the good stuff. We do this for you. So as galena is usually talking about an inflammatory state, but if we're talking about like a general, if I'm talking about a general health of the public, 2 months ago, I guess, yeah, there were people really, really having a lot of health problems,
heart problems
with circulation. And yeah, it's saying circulation. So this is probably a warning of if you knew someone 2 months ago, they were having a lot of problems with circulation, heart problems. I know that's been going around and getting worse and worse lately.
Benefits veins.
But you might want to have, check in on that person because this feels like a very much...
Hey, don't forget about that.
Yeah, hey, don't forget about this person who's having all the heart circulation issues and inflammation. And then when I say inflammation, are we talking about joint, brain? No, this is mainly joint stuff. So this would be someone you knew that's kind of having a rough time with arthritis, having times with maybe RA or psoriatic arthritis, something like that, osteoarthritis. This is going to be an inflammation mainly affecting the joints of somebody, and they had a really rough go 2 months ago. So it is a reminder that this probably message is for them. As if it wants to start here, it's kind of a confirmation of, hey, and if you have those problems, maybe this message is for you. So let's see, which one do we want to go to? No. Yes, we want to go to Sodalite and Monies. Now, we're talking about, well, let's see here. A month ago, or sorry, this is a month ahead. So in this month, there's some things coming. There's some things coming here with Sodalite, which is usually a communication peacemaker stone. Like Sodalite is, if you're that person in the family that's always trying to like keep them from fighting, or you're the person at work that's always trying to get people to communicate, it's a peacemaker stone.
If everybody would just talk.
Yeah, let's all communicate. But the feeling I'm getting with this is kind of a communication's really going to benefit you financially. There is something you need to talk to a group of people about. Maybe this is a church. Maybe this is it's people at work, a group of friends. It's blowing for all these things. So I'm thinking like, it's also kind of self-trust too, like trusting yourself to step up. But this could also be a group situation where they're like, hey, everybody's investing in Dogecoin this month. I think I need to invest in Dogecoin. It's like a group thing, but it's more trusting yourself that if you really go with the gut and communicate with people, you're going to get good ideas from people. But ultimately, you got to go with your gut, and if you do, you're going to make the right decision. I think the right call on this.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's a good land. Are you getting anything out of this?
Not really. You connect to Sodalite a lot more than I do.
Okay, so I'm feeling like it's trust in a group, but you're also trusting in yourself. It's a trust stone of communication. This is going to be some sort of money opportunity that comes up within a month with a group. But you're going to have to get a gut check where they're going to say something and all of a sudden you're going to feel like tingles and happiness that this is going to be something good for you coming. You know what I mean? When someone says something that resonates with you, you'll glow inside. You'll get excited. Some people feel like queasy. Some people feel,
butterflies, excited.
Empathic people and psychics sometimes hear things or see things. Like you see people glow.
Yeah.
I can feel them. So like I know when I get excited, I'm picking up their vibration. That's kind of sign. So you're looking at group communication, and again, let's ask the pendulum. All right. Are you still working? No, this pendulum I felt it go out. Let's pick another one. Ugh. It was fun while it lasted, thank you. And I think we're going to talk with Carnelian here. Okay. So we got a Carnelian pendulum. Are you jamming? Yeah. So are these two connected? No. Different people.
I think that Galena is a standalone.
I feel like it's some sort of confirmation of like,
it feels like a reminder.
Yeah, you need to check in with this person if you know someone that's really hurting. And this, again, I'm going to go back to this in case you missed the beginning of the read. This is somebody that really went through a bad inflammatory or circulation problem 2 months ago. And it's kind of like you need to talk to them about something. I'm feeling like there's sort of a red flag here of you've forgotten something with this person. Okay, so the money situation is a group of people is going to talk to you. And then, all right, rose quartz, spirituality, it's on the line. So there's different possibilities. When it's on the line, it could be going from one thing to another. So it's going from asset to obstacle? No. Is it going from obstacle to asset? No. Sometimes it's both. It's a little of this, a little of that. Is it a split read? No.
This one really feels like it's connected to that Sodalite.
Fork in the road. And it's kind of the same timing. You can see where they're on the board.
Yeah,
so,
I feel like if you don't trust yourself, that later on this could really affect your ability to trust yourself.
Oh, that makes sense. So go ahead and expand on that if you want.
So, rose quartz is about love, but it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. Actually, a lot of times it's family love or self-love. And this one really feels like not being able to trust yourself if you don't listen about this opportunity coming up in the money section and don't trust your gut. It feels like you're going to have trouble from there on. Like, it could go either way. It's right in that line. It's right in the middle. This could go either way for you. But if you don't trust yourself and you just, I don't know if it would be like walking away from something that's going to cost you too much money, or if there's an opportunity to really make money and you just don't because you're scared or you don't trust yourself. This is going to affect your spirituality further down the line. That it's really going to make you second guess yourself.
Yeah, I think if you miss this opportunity, like she's saying, that resonated with me, what you're saying. That rose quartz also a self-love thing. And you're going to kind of really be pissed and hate yourself in a way that you're like, oh man, why did I stall again and I missed this opportunity? One of those things that someone's going to come with you, a group communication, a group communicator, and if you don't pull the trigger, you're going to be bitter about it. So what I think you mean. Is that where you're at on this?
Yep, and like I said, I can't really get a reading. I mean, it honestly might be somebody like your cousin comes to you and you're like, I have this great money-making opportunity, and you're like, well, he's my cousin, I have to because it's family. Whereas your whole gut's screaming, no, this is I'm just gonna lose money on this. No. And it might be, don't go along to get along. It really feels like you really have to follow your gut on this choice, and if you don't, it could have serious repercussions for you later on.
Yeah, I do feel like
in your spirituality, it could really make you, doubt yourself, and then, you start dealing with depression or...
and maybe you're one of these kind of people, because I know I am, it doesn't take much to knock me out of a good spiritual place. Like, I can have a bad day and it'll take me like a week to get back into a good spiritual place. It's easy to derail that, and I would imagine second guessing yourself and kind of being pissed that you missed this opportunity would do that. By the way, you guys are 10 seconds behind us, so if you have any questions or comments, feel free to jump in. If any of this resonates, we can go a little deeper. But we are going to probably give away a free read here in a minute, just to thank you guys for hanging out and seeing us. I do see people coming and going in the chat, but nobody's talking. It's quiet.
It is quiet.
I know. All I hear is the tick-tock of the clock. You hear it?
Tick.
I'm going to let them listen to it until they start talking. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Take a look at the board one more time. Just in case you're coming in late, Galena's a reminder to talk to somebody 2 months ago that's having some sort of circulation or health problems, inflammation problems, which is usually like some sort of joint pain. Sodalite. Sodalite this is a group opportunity, but it's also about trusting your gut. If you, in about a month that's coming up, if you pull that out, and you make the right decision and you really go with your gut, you're going to do well financially. Something that's going to come in as a big gain. And this is a warning. It's an either or choice coming up at the same time that we feel like if you do screw this up, it's really going to knock you out of a good place spiritually. But if you hit it, it's going to give you a lot of peace, and it's going to be a good thing spiritually. So there's the read again, and there we go. So let's see if there's any comments. Communication from the peanut gallery.
Nothing so far.
And now there's pieces of Galena all over the board. Let's go ahead and reset this. There we go. The cat will probably play with that later.
No.
Put these back in.
What are you talking about? The cat would never.
No. So if you guys have been watching our streams, because we do recorded streams, I'm trying to get a little better because normally we just go live on stuff. But I am trying to put out some evergreen streams, kind of if you missed it, that you could go hit. And one of the recurring themes is cats love crystals, and we will come out here, and the cat will be sleeping on our.
The cat sits out
on
here
the board and plays with the
and
crystals.
yeah, she just sits in the middle of them, sleeps in the middle of them, sleeps on the board, sits in the chair.
Oh, Amanda says she shared this to try to get some of her viewers to come. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, it says we've had a good bit of views, but they're just hopping in and splitting. So, like I said, it's just we're not a very big presence on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't even know how many subscribers are on this channel now.
This is pretty light right now, and Amanda probably remembers when she first started. You probably had to sit online for hours and grind just to find people. So you're here to them to find you. But we are grateful for the people that have come, and we are willing to give some free readings away. So what we're going to do is do a little round of rapid fire readings for today, and you'll get a little short message. What I'd like to do is, if anybody wants a reading, please say a number between 1 and 45. Oh, look, we have a graphic for this. I have graphics. Graphics, look. We're rich in technology. Vicky Downey, thanks for coming. I appreciate you, Vicky. I appreciate that a lot. So if you would like a free reading today, we are just kind of knocking the dust off our set. We haven't been reading in about 2 years very much. We're just starting to get back into it. Like I said, we are going to be very active over at Pinterest. If you have a Pinterest account, follow us there. Look under Lithomancy, and we do lots of cool things over there. No.
Right. So people came from Amanda.
Oh, these are Amanda's. Yeah. Hi, Laura. And hi, Vicky. Okay, so Laura wants a reading. Her number is 30.
30.
And Vicky, thanks for coming over. Amanda said all kinds of cool things about you. That's all she ever does. All right.
We have Moonstone.
Let's see here. Moonstone. So here's the Moonstone. Oh, wait, which camera am I on here? There we go. Moonstone. Come on, focus. Let me turn that off. Focus. There we go. High technology at its best. So we're going to do a Moonstone drop for you. This is for Laura. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So mind, asset, now. Let me pick a pendulum to give you a read. This thing. Oh yeah, Shiva. Shiva Lingam.
Told you. I told you.
Yeah, you're right. This thing is a powerful. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'll show you. Let's take a look here. So, when is this happening? Yeah, one day. So it's happening right now. You're going through something. Okay, when we're in the mind category, we are usually talking about things in the 3D, but also things usually to do with education, learning, mental health, that sort of situation, job.
Job, school.
Moonstone's a new beginning cycle stone. Usually when you get something about the moon, it is talking about starting something new. And you're going through something right now. And in the asset category, usually this is a good thing. So it feels like you're making a new change and it's calming you down. Like it's calming some triggers down. You're going the right direction. And I'm not sure if you want to tell me any details, you can. I can give you a little deeper read, but it feels like whatever you are choosing to do, and this is very current, she's starting a new cycle, but it's the right move. It is balancing you. And it's kind of bringing the stress level down. What do you have on this?
That's about it. I'm getting very balanced.
Yeah. And if we appreciate you guys coming over for Amanda's channel. By the way, if you want to check out our readings, we love Amanda and we try to go over there all the time. If you love tarot, she is the bomb. Go over. She's always been on point with her readings, so please subscribe if you see her little icon there. Click it. If you're from her channel and this is your first time here, we'd appreciate you subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when we're live. We don't know if it works, but we don't know. So, Laura, if you had any questions, I'll clear the board. We'll go to Vicky. Because I know I'm 10 seconds ahead, so I'm going to wait a sec to make sure that we got everything done. And hopefully that resonated. I don't know what you're going through, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a
starting...
new beginning, like, of...
Well,
a new way to do something that you've been doing, or if this is something brand new, but it's the right path.
So mine usually has to do with either career, education, but it could also just be a new way of thinking.
It could be. You know, well, I mean, it could be the same career, but you're just moved to a different position, or you're
trying something new.
Trying something new.
Okay, Miss Vicky. Oh, you're welcome. Amanda's the coolest. God, we're really far behind with our lag. YouTube lag. All right. Let's go to Vicky Downing 13. We're going to wipe the board.
Alrighty.
And let's see.
Yeah.
Good call. Laura says she's not sure. There's something you're probably thinking about. I mean, like I said, this is happening.
Or it might be something you find tomorrow or
tonight. Something, but it's very 3D. It's going to be something that you're into, that you wanted to try, and it's going to bring you some happiness and balance. I'm not sure what you've been thinking about doing, but this is the time. It might even be something simple like, oh, I'm going to do a new recipe, and it leads to a whole new way of cooking, or it could be anything. All right, so let's do the read for Vicky. 13 is, I believe,
pink tourmaline.
Pink tourmaline. That's right here. It's got pretty pink stripes. So Vicky, if you got some romance in your life, this might be coming.
Well, it's attraction.
Actually, excuse me, it attracts. Usually the stone's about attracting romance or love. It doesn't have to be. It has other meanings, but when I see this is a fun, sexy stone. It's like, this is going to bring some love into your life. You might already be in love, but perhaps it could be better. So, you ready to see where this thing lands?
Let's do it.
Spirit, I got a drop in the middle. So let's find out what's going on with your spirit. So, when is this coming up? Pretty soon, within the next few days, this is happening. And we're going to figure out, there's 4 different things it could be. Could it be asset going to obstacle? Maybe a little bit. Obstacle going to asset? No. Is it a split read? No. It's a little fork in the road. So I think it's asset going to obstacle is what I'm getting on the pendulum here. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be about spirituality and attraction. Now, normally us saying this is romance and love, but when we're in the spirit, this could be about attracting some sort of thing or entity. Or
you can attract love in the spiritual world.
Well, that's true too. But it's also, I think, I don't know if you've ever had problems with like spiritual parasites or attracting things you don't want or attracting attention you don't want. This is, I mean, the pendulum's going nuts here. So I'm thinking this is attracting attention you don't want in the next few days spiritually. So if you can give me a little feedback of what you think that might mean. Are you trying to do some new stuff, or do you feel like something's kind of giving you a hard time spiritually, or are you being followed around, or have parasites, or any of that sort of stuff? Or it's, I don't know, it's kind of I feel like it's attracting something spiritually, and it's moving into the obstacle. So it's not, it's more of a warning of, when I see something like this too, I always go back to the basics of practicing good grounding techniques, practicing, you know, if you're going to be doing meditation or spiritual work or something like that, making sure you're not just a giant open target to the universe. You know, go ahead and put some black tourmaline on you, or, well, this is pink tourmaline, you know, but usually you want some sort of protection or grounding stone. This might be a warning, and if you tell me what crystals you have, I could probably pick one for you if you're not sure. What's Vicky said?
She says, yeah, she had negative energy in the home last week. Black goo appeared in her bedroom.
All right, so that's what I'm feeling. I hate, like, I don't like telling people this stuff because I always like, oh, I don't want to I don't want to tell that for you, but let me show you. So, was this about the black goose stuff? Yes. All right, so something's coming up in the next few days. I think you need to make some sort of proactive action, and depending on your belief system, you know, it could be gridding your area, it could be throwing salt down, it could be doing prayers, it could be using crystals, whatever you jam with.
Sage is always a good universal.
Yeah, sage basically stinks the area up.
Salt in the corners of your room.
She says she sages often, thankfully, and wear protective crystals. Black tourmaline, black obsidian, labradorite are my top 3. You're going to want to go with more protection stones, things like black tourmaline's a good one, but if you specifically have bloodstone's a really good one to keep negative entities out. Labradorite is good if you've had parasites.
Keeps them from reattaching.
Yeah, if you've had some like Reiki done or spiritual work where they've yanked something out of you recently or you've expelled something.
Those things like to come back. They are attracted to where they came from and they will always try to return.
Yeah, they like their little home they've made in you. So labradorite is a good one to keep on you at all times for a while. Go ahead and put it in your bed, sleep with it, do all that stuff. And it will keep things, it basically puts a vibration out where they don't want to reattach. And they will go find something else to attach to or go screw with someone or something else or just disappear back in.
She says she does salt and she has bloodstone, which is excellent. We have a giant bloodstone that I always put out and grid the area.
Can I pick it up?
Oh yeah,
mess it up? We have a very dark bloodstone, but we use a bloodstone when stuff gets serious around where you're like, oh, black goo's appearing in the house, it's time to bust out the bloodstone. You know, that's that one I would use. Tourmaline's going to turn negative energy into positive energy. It's kind of like a good filter, and it's a good grounder. But
I was thinking
bloodstone will
spiritual charcoal. You know,
yeah, perfect. It's a spiritual. Yeah, it's like you got a wound and you threw charcoal in it. You know, it's gonna expunge it. But bloodstone is actual like
repels evil.
Get the heck out of my room stuff. Bloodstone's a good choice. So go ahead and use that, and you do salt spells too. Great. And maybe Amanda's got a read on that too. She knows you better than us, but maybe she can give you some advice on that. Hopefully that helps, but right now I feel like you're clear, but in the next, this thing's going to pop up in the next 2 days. 2 to 3 days, you're looking at like this thing's coming, and it's going to be very attracted to you for some reason. I don't know what's happening in your spirituality here. Maybe you let your guard down, maybe you forget to wear something, maybe you don't. I don't know. But you need to put some effort into just clearing this thing out.
And I definitely keep some labradorite on you.
Yeah. Keep the labradorite on so it won't reattach. And if you have family members, maybe stick some on them too. And I know that's strange, but you could even put them in the pet beds. You can do, you know, because things will attach to your pets. Like for real. If they're in bad health. Usually if that dog's healthy or something, you get no problems.
Yeah, dogs are too high vibe to
they don't last long.
too much.
And cats are pretty powerful. They blast out whatever. Yeah. Nothing really attaches to cats much.
Nothing wants anything to do with a cat.
Yeah, you guys are pretty safe, but a sick dog, they will attach to that. So be careful on that. But it's also children and stuff. Oh, just Trick. What's happening, girl? And Amanda, did Amanda have a read?
She did.
All right, we're going to wipe this clean. Sorry that went a little longer than expected, but when we hit something like that, we need to take it serious. Okay, Amanda, you are on deck. If she's still here, or she's probably watching soccer or baseball.
I don't know, it's pretty early.
Wait, are her kids in both sports or just baseball?
I think they're in soccer right now.
Soccer? I get confused about your children's schedules. We all should know what your children are playing, but I don't. I just know that they're very busy playing sports.
She has number 29.
Go ahead and pick. Is this thing still on? Yeah, okay. It just looked like our feed went down.
Ruby.
You got a ruby. This is a raw ruby. It's actually a pretty powerful piece. This thing kicks when you hold it. So let's see what
Ruby's
Ruby
about
has.
enthusiasm, and I don't know anybody more enthusiastic than Amanda.
Actually, Amanda is perfect for this stone. Health asset. All right. So it wants to talk to you about being enthusiastic about your health. And this is just coming out. So we're just coming out of this. You're still in it, but you're almost done with it. But it's a good sign because you're going into it. It's just changing for you. Now, Ruby. All right, Amanda, I'm gonna tune this down a little because I don't know all about your personal life. But let me ask here. Ruby increases the chances of conception usually. So I don't know if you're trying to have another child.
It's also aphrodisiac.
Yeah, it's kind of a little fun stone, but I'm not. I'll
But
show
it
you
doesn't. It does stimulate the endocrine system too.
I was going to say I'm asking it the pendulum about conception. Is this about conception? Not really. Aphrodisiac, blood lymph, detoxifying. Okay, this is all about a detoxification period for your health. So this is good news. If you are trying to clean your health up, or you're enthusiastically.
Oh, she said she's been on a health kick.
There you go. Well,
good.
It's a positive sign that it's going to go well for you. And again, I keep going back to the word enthusiasm.
Yep.
Like this is something you want to be excited about. I don't know if you're starting a new workout routine, a new way to eat, or
just cleaning up your diet.
But you're actually excited about it, and you should be, and it's going to go well. You're getting into spring and summer, so it's
she is
a little
getting
easier.
a new puppy though.
Oh, the pup. Is this about the puppy? I don't know, but a new puppy means new exercise. So yeah,
You're going
a little
to be
bit.
much more active now.
A little bit. You won't be walking that dog. Is this, Amanda, are you doing new diet stuff or no? Not really. Is this more about exercise, cleaning your life, sleeping better, less stress? This is about letting stress go. Something, you've had a couple stressful months. You're enthusiastically doing something about your health, and as a byproduct, it's hard to focus on negative stuff when you're working on positive stuff. And I think that's what this is. It's just a confirmation for her that
she says she's just getting back into everything. She's already seeing results.
I think this is just a confirmation.
It was a very long, hard winter for a lot of people.
No, she's saying lots of exercise. The pup, yeah, I imagine. I mean, especially a new dog, a large dog. Like that's a lot of. I don't know, man. Did you guys have a yard?
Young children to play with that dog. Actually, they'll keep each other entertained
they'll wipe each other out.
It's great.
Good. But she's home, during the day, so she's going to have a lot of time to.
Yeah, she'll have to
make that dog. And to be fair, our dog keeps us active, and we lose weight because of that dog. As much as it's annoying, but we have to walk that dog like 4 times a day.
She is never tired.
And she'll never
we can walk
stop.
miles, and she will never be tired. We used to walk like 2 miles, 3 miles on the beach in the sand, and she's just a little dog.
She's like
stubby little legs. Doesn't matter.
If she gets loose, she's like a crackhead. You ain't gonna catch no crackhead.
She is gone forever.
She's gone. It's a crackhead dog.
She has no common sense.
So that's the same thing. I imagine you're gonna be chasing, but that's good. Whatever you're doing now, you're saying you're doing lots of exercise coming in. It's going really. It's going to go well, and I think you're going to have some big gains and stay on track.
Yeah, she said it was a very long, hard winter. It was kind of a lot of people had a really rough winter. We had kind of a rough time too, like just trying to get everything done, and our diet was crap, and
yeah, it was tough. But she does say she has a lot of quarter acreage and a half acre to run the dogs around. That'll be fun. I think you're gonna have a good time with this little pup. That's gonna be a good time. All right, so we have
another person.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We're giving out some free readings, and we are going to restart them because we had some fun and interesting reads today. Boing. So here's our little graphic. Pick a number between 1 and 45. If you want a free reading, we'll give you a 1-stone reading today. By the way, we'd appreciate if you subscribe. Although I don't think it lets you talk in here unless you subscribe for a minute. So thank you. And if you're ever interested in a private reading where you want to get into something deeper or some spiritual counseling or spiritual advising, especially if you have something going on, hit us up. My partner's pretty badass at that sort of stuff. You got things that you need to deal with. All right. So, is it Cheyenne? Am I saying that right?
I believe so.
All right. Thanks for the subscription and thanks for the pimp, Amanda. We love Amanda. All right, 43. Go ahead and pick 43 for us.
43.
What's the stone you're getting?
Bloodstone.
Oh, we were just talking about this stone a lot. Bloodstone. African bloodstone. It's a kind of a darker variation, a lot less green in it. It doesn't play. Oh, I forgot to put the ruby
More
back.
green, less red.
Yeah. Is this green?
Yes, it's dark green.
Ah.
You always struggle with this
I
one.
always thought bloodstone had dark green, light green, because my pendulum has light green in it.
Some of them do. That one is the dark green version with the little red flecks, but they're very hard to see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's a lot more fun for me because I'm colorblind.
I was going to say, for anybody that doesn't know, he's actually colorblind, so it makes it...
Thanks.
Reds and greens are like the same color.
It's hard for me to see the red specks in a bloodstone. Okay, let's pick what pendulum we're going to use here for your reading, Cheyenne. Oh, Copper wants to talk. Is it Copper? Or am I getting... No, I'm getting... I think...
Is that the Dragonstone?
A Dragonstone. Now, I think we have a Dragonstone here.
Which we don't know a lot about.
This is a new pendulum. I haven't had time to play with it that much, but it does kick. When I do mess with it, it wants to talk. So, congrats on that. You got a rare one. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. So, do you want to work? Yes. All right. Just lifted my crystal box.
Vicky and Cheyenne live together. This makes sense.
Oh.
That's where she got the bloodstone.
Oh, they live together? That's cool. All right. That's funny. Let's drop this. This is funny. So I wonder if that is definitely a message for you. Here we go.
This is the Perseverance Stone.
Okay, so this is an interesting read because, yeah, we got it in spirit and we got it in asset. It rolled out. So this is far, let's see, when did this? Let me get a time frame for you. Oh, it's not that far off. Okay, so I guess you guys, I know a little bit about what's going on if you guys are roommates. I don't know if you're seeing the same sort of thing your roommate is, but this is a spiritual stone, a spiritual landing, saying that things have started, but you're in a better place spiritually, in a more protected place. So maybe you might want to join in, Cheyenne, because I feel like that Vicky maybe is not the you're in a better place than her spiritually right now, and I think that she's going to need your help. That's what I'm getting on this. But
I'm not seeing so much as a better place. I think you have a better chance of getting rid of this. This one feels more like she's too attached to it. It's too attached to her. An assist is what's needed here.
Yeah, it's an assist, but it's a month out. So this is started for you. I think you've cleared whatever you needed to clear a month ago. You're in a better place to handle this.
Yeah.
And this is a perseverance stone. And what do we mean by that is we joke about the bloodstones like the 2020 stone, where it was ugly and messy and you just push through.
But it was really good on the other end for a lot of,
good change.
A lot of really horrible relationships ended and cleared out. People started taking care of themselves better.
Yeah. Oh, Cheyenne and Vicky are twins. For real? Wow. And y'all live together?
Most twins do.
Yeah. How about that? That's really cool. Well, I think you're in a position you need to help out. And obviously, it's pulling a bloodstone. You had all these stones to pick from, and you picked a bloodstone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You need to jam that out as well. What do you feel like? This is a preservation, just pushing through, and banishing evil.
Banishing evil. That's the one that's screaming. It's like lit up.
Yeah, and the pendulum is saying, yeah, banishing evil. So this is really about you just clearing out whatever you guys did. Something got into your house, and y'all need to
Oh,
do
Ireland.
some housekeeping.
I imagine there's some negative energy floating around there right about now.
Oh, they live in Ireland?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you guys live in Ireland? Can you confirm that for me? Yeah, there was a lot of, let's just say, political upheaval. You know, a lot of things going on. You can read between the lines on that one. But
Negative family.
and this is something else you guys and you guys listening. This probably happens to y'all too. There are certain people that just run around and they're so negative they literally have like a zoo of spiritual parasites and negative things on them. There will just be
And they just kind of shed them everywhere.
they yeah, they hitchhike and they shed, and sometimes they shed pieces of them. They're kind of like tapeworms where they can throw off a piece on you, you know?
So they live in Ireland, but their home life is unhealthy.
All right, so if you want to get into that deeper, you can, but if you're in a negative or toxic environment, these things, and you guys know this, you sound like you're hip and you watch Amanda, but these things, you're basically just inviting them into your house when you start having negativity. Now, if you live in a house with negative people, it is difficult. And the best thing you can really do is grid off your own living area and do some, like I do a lot of energy work where I just push things out. Like I put a vibe in the air that, like a bubble around the house that there's just, it's the wrong frequency for these things to live here. And yeah, you're going to have to actually be kind of proactive about it. All right, so let's do Randy. Randy, thanks for coming, Randy. We love Randy, and we are resetting the board. I'll swap it here.
Oh yeah, I see if we have the same last name. I see it now.
Oh, Downey, yeah. I didn't put together they were sisters, but now I do. But, you know, we're also running a bunch of bells and whistles and spinning plates, and we are not up to full speed on this yet. We're still kind of getting going, doing our readings again. But now I know you guys are Irish twins. And you know what's funny is the Irish twins has a whole different meaning here. So Irish twins are usually when somebody has a child and then like 9 months later has another child and they grow up and they're practically twins. The two boys run around and the kids, they call them Irish twins. All right, Randell. Randy says 32.
32?
32. Randy, where you got?
30.
Jade.
Jade.
Well, Jade's
Hey,
a
Jade.
good luck stone usually. Nice fortune. Jade's a cool stone actually. I dig Jade.
It's one of my favorites. I really like that stone.
Do I need a new pendulum? Are you done working? Are you going to answer anything? No, this one's done.
It's done.
All right. It's like, hey, thanks for letting me play, but you need a new one. All right. Let's put this back. Spin this. Here we go. Right here. What am I picking here? It's the same one. Keeps going. Why is that one? Oh, we'll try this. I think it's a copper that's yelling at me. Copper is a really active one. It likes to come out a lot. So we got a copper pendulum.
It's all cleaned up and charged up.
Oh, it's all shiny and pretty. Wants to show off now. All right, are you ready to jam? Yeah, it's really active today. Look at this thing. It's flying all over the place. Okay, here we go. Miss Randy. All right, spirit and love. This is coming up in the next few days. We're going to have, let's see, is this a split read? Is this obstacle going into asset, asset going to obstacle, decision? This is a fork in the road decision. What do you got?
I think it's the same.
Oh, the same thing we've been talking about?
I don't know. I'm looking through and seeing.
That's funny. So we kind of know Randy and we know a little bit about her, so I can give you a better read on this. But this is leaving an obstacle situation in your love, which when I say love, we're not necessarily mean like romantic love, but it's people that you are very close to and family. And I know you're going through this situation where you're having to make a tough decision and leaving people you love behind, where you're not going to see them all the time, and your son's not going to see their kids. But ultimately, it's way better for your spirituality. Like, the land is practically in spirituality assets. So this thing is blocking you and holding you back from moving into a better spiritual place. And I think it's the same thing we keep talking about with you.
And I do. And I feel like this is kind of a hey, don't overcomplicate this. I think this is a keep it simple.
And
and do what's best for you.
It's a good sign that, like, it's saying things are going to turn out good. Because usually this is a good fortune stone. So when it's in spirit like this, it's going to increase insightfulness. The stone also is about insights, especially with dream work. You might start getting more dreams. Leaving behind a situation that no longer serves you spiritually and moving into a better spot is really good for your mental health. And especially, like I said, I think you're going to start getting messages with dream work. All right. I hope that helps, Randy. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Miss Jessica. Jessica came back. She's back now.
She was doing dishes.
All right, I understand. Things get busy in the house. And Jessica has like 500 dogs or something.
Does she?
I think so. I think you have a whole menagerie of hounds. So we're going to pick one for you.
She has what? Number 37?
37.
Oh, you can pick the same number as somebody else. I changed the stones around on everything.
Yeah. We have a little grid next to us. We just don't show it to you, but it's actually pretty. A pretty little grid. So you have blue lace agate. Blue lace agate. Blue lace agate is a calming stone. It's a good stone. It's a chill stone. Oh, let me change
the idealism.
The camera for you. Yeah, that's a good point. And it's also like speaking idealistically. So this might be you're talking to your friends or family and you keep talking about this job you're going to do or business or your idealism that this is going to work out really good for my health. There's something where you really are, it's not just speaking up, but it's like speaking up for what you think's right. Here we go. Love obstacle. Let's see how far out. So, month out, we're looking at this obstacle going to asset going to obstacle, split. It's a solid obstacle. Okay, it's just landing this way, but it is pointing towards asset that maybe if you can solve this, you can move a little into it. Now this is dealing with family or your husband. Let's see, husband? No, not husband. This is more of dealing with old family.
So issues. There's a fear of judgment or rejection from a parent-child angle, like.
Yeah, I don't know what your relationship with your parents is. But it feels very much like a parent or authority figure in a guardian role, something like that, a grandparent, parent. And there's going to be something that comes up in the next month. And it's going to be about speaking up and holding your own about something idealistic, like
something you really believe in.
Right. Something like, hey, we're living our life the way we're supposed to be living, or my kid's doing this, or, you're going to be questioned about your life, and you're going to have a decision to make of, do you just go along to get along like we always do, or do I stand up and say something? And it is going to be, if you stand up and say something, you're going to wind up in the obstacle section. This could get really rough and bumpy. I feel like if you speak up for the idealistic thing, it's going to get a little tough route. This is one time where you might just want to change direction and not take this straight on.
This might not be a fight worth.
Yeah.
Especially if it happens to be an elderly person. It's kind of a pick your battles.
Yeah,
You know,
it's gonna. I feel like it's like a nagging mom that
well,
says
honestly,
the
it's
same
kind of like
crap all the time, and you want to just put her in her place, but you don't.
exactly.
Like, there's no way to win this argument. It's been going on for 20 years, kind of thing. You know, one of those deals. Let's see if she gives us more information. Jessica, give us a little feedback on that if we're on the right path. Randy says she did a card reading and
said the same thing.
So right on. Thanks for the feedback, Randy. And you know, if you're looking for a card reader, we love to pimp our buddy Amanda. If you've never gotten a tarot reading from her, you need to subscribe to her channel, and hopefully she's
right
still
there.
on here.
Harmony Portal Tarot.
And she
Or the Done Creative.
She gives out readings too, but it's definitely worth to buy a reading. Every time we buy a reading, man, I am just like blown away because.
And she has the best rates.
Yeah, Amanda's awesome. Just go pull a card for that. I'm looking at you. And I only harass Randy because we love Randy and we harass her. That's the way we show up in this house.
It's very.
We're old school 80s.
I was gonna say we're very 80s toxic.
80s toxic love.
Stalking means love.
We have to bully you to show you we love you.
How else will you know?
All right, so I can't read that far. What is the name there?
Just says she can relate. It's her father.
Her dad. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling. The person, is it J Bush? J Bush YouTube?
Yeah.
So you came in?
Jabusin?
Man, I'm sorry I'm screwing your name up. I can't read it that well. It looks like, no, that's J Bush in YouTube.
Oh.
Or is it J Busin YouTube?
I can't tell if it's a.
Maybe you could sound that out for us, but J Busin, we're just going to roll with that until you tell us otherwise. He wants a reading. Or she? Let's see, J Busin. I could go either way with that name. I'm not sure. If you do tell us a little details, like male, female, if you're in a relationship, if you have a job, we can do a much deeper dive. But if you just want us to do a cold read, we can do that too. But we'll be stumbling around trying to figure out what it means
23.
sometimes. All right, so you got Mukite.
He said Jeebus is all right.
All right, we'll go with Jeebus. Oh, that's going to make me laugh, though.
Jumping Jeebus.
Jessica says, we have a good relationship now. It wasn't always, but I think he needs to seek help when it comes to his health, and he won't listen to me. Yeah, that could be what it is. Like I said, this has not come yet. This is to come. This is things that haven't happened yet. So there will be something that comes up with him in this month. Let's see if I can pendulum it out.
This feels like a heads up for you.
Yeah, and it is going to be a discussion where you're going to be like, Dad, change your diet and stop, you're going to have a heart attack, and he's just not going to listen, and it's going to drive you guys apart. Like, this isn't idealistic of, take care of your health, and he's going to say, would you just stop? I'm a grown-ass man. Like one of those kind of conversations. I don't know how you're going to win this one. I think it is just not the right time, and you got to wait until it is the right time. That's the vibe I'm getting from this.
Yep.
And if you push it, then here we go. Okay, he's male and he's single. All right. Let's do a Mukite drop for you.
It's good. I can still feel energy.
Yeah, you thought it was. Mukite. Here we go. Money's an asset. Good land. Ooh, something's
new experiences.
Something's good for you coming in the next 3 to 4 days. So, Mukite, coming in the assets, coming up, and like you said, new experiences, right?
Yep.
And we're talking about monies. We're not always talking about green leafy monies. This is things that could lead to prosperity. This is physical things, assets, stuff like that. Yep. So sometimes it's not monies. It's that somebody drops over and gives you, 50 pounds of free food, or
new furniture,
or like, you find something on the side of the road that's awesome, or, whatever. Something just is going to materialize in your life in the next few days. And it's about new experiences and Mukite's kind of making the right choice with new experiences. So I don't know if you're thinking about buying something that is new or you haven't messed with before. You're like, oh, I'm going to try this new, this new workout program, this new sport, this new cryptocurrency, there's something new that you are not really used to doing. But this is a confirmation that if you're thinking about it and you pull the trigger in the next few days, it's going to go well.
You'll be making the right choice.
Yeah, it's going to go well. Mookaite also is, when it is on a negative land, it's about over planning and planning paralysis, where you maybe know those guys that they overanalyze stuff to death and then they miss an opportunity.
Yeah, it's like, I have to research this for the next 6 weeks. And,
and I've gotta.
You only have 2 weeks to make a choice. Like
it's one of those things. And so Mookaite with this land is kind of the opposite of that, which means that you will easily be able to make a decision. It'll be the right decision. It'll be something new you're going to spend money on, and it'll be worth it. It's going to bring something good to your life. That is where I'm going with that. I think it's a good, this is a good read. I'd like to have this read.
Yeah, it's excellent.
If you have any questions, we'll wait a few seconds because you guys are about 10 seconds behind us on delay. So
and Mookaite's a great stone. It's like a good, happy, good energy stone.
It is very good, and I think if you give us a little bit about what you're thinking about getting into, I can give you a confirmation if it was a good idea or not, but I'm pretty sure it's a good idea. Mookaite also can be, for people that are really rigid and stuck in things, and perhaps you've been stuck about trying a new experience, and it's saying that if you're willing to let that go, that it's going to go really well. Let's see.
It says, I am broke, literally.
All right, so this may not be just about green leafy money. Like I said, it is an opportunity of making money. It is an opportunity of some sort of new experience that maybe this isn't the time. Money's isn't always about, having cash flow in the door. It is also about creating things. It's also time to do things that bring you happiness with physical objects. Is this a time to learn how to do an art? Is it a time to, hey, I'm going to wood carve, or I'm going to do something. Something's going to open. A door is going to open for you if you pull the trigger and go for it. In a foreign country, about to drop the towel because I haven't found a job. So let's see. Let's see if we can help you out. Is this about finding a job? No. Is this about starting a hobby? No. Is this about finding something that'll help? Yes, a physical object. So be on the lookout the next few days. Something's going to fall into your lap that maybe you wouldn't look at before, but it's going to be an opportunity. Is it an opportunity to make money? No, it's just, I think it's just an opportunity for happiness. Someone's going to give you something that's going to make you happy, or you're going to find something. It's not necessarily about I'm starting a new business. Someone gave me, a waffle maker, and I'm making waffles.
Well, it's new experiences, so maybe
it's something new, but it's going to make them happy. But it's not going to be necessarily. You're going to get things from it. Like, I keep going back to something like wood carving or art or painting or music or something. It's going to be something that makes him really happy, but it's and it's going to give you something. Like, if I carve a piece of wood, I'm not making money with it, but I end up with a piece of wood that's carved. I'm not. It's one of those deals. I don't feel like this is a job thing. This is more of you're going to find something that makes you happy. And that's the best I can give until you can give me some more information, unless you got something. So just keep a lookout. It is good news. I'm sorry you're stuck in all these other countries. Yeah, that's tough. The world's going crazy, man. So I get it. It's tough. Like, we talk about leaving this country all the time, but there's nowhere better.
Where,
all the
everything's messed up right now, and
it's like you just
at least here
run from one mess to
know
another
where
mess.
we're at.
Yeah. So hang in there. If you have any other questions, just feel free to swing on by. If you guys are interested, we are batting around the idea of doing a podcast and maybe tugging on Amanda to come in and help us out a little bit about that. Are any of you guys long content listeners? Do you like topics that are esoteric? Do you like things? Feel me to help. Oh, asking his family to help him buy a plane ticket. Maybe that's what this is. Because I felt like it's a new experience in buying a plane ticket would make a lot of sense. Yes. Okay. I was going to say, it felt like he's getting right something.
Choice. Like, maybe it's time to go.
Yeah, it's a new experience. Like, getting on a plane and going somewhere is a new experience. But I kept coming back to it was not like green leafy money. It was like he was going to find something or get something. So it makes more sense his family's giving him a ticket. He's finding a ticket. And I think if you can explain and express it well, they'll buy in and maybe give you a chance. Yeah. I think it's a good time to ask and try in the next few days. Okay. Oh, but to go back home. Oh, you trapped somewhere where you're not home. Is that the deal?
Yeah, he's in a foreign country.
I wasn't sure if he meant like he was living there for...
He's in a foreign country, can't find a job,
and he's stuck, so he's trying to get out.
Well, it's still a new experience because maybe you'll be a lot happier at home.
Yeah.
After, sometimes you get the grass is always greener on the other side, but it's not.
There's also the universe kicking you in the butt of, hey, I'm going to make this work, I'm going to make this work, I'm going to make this work. And then it's like every door shutting, every door shutting, every door shutting. No, this is the wrong place to be in the wrong time. So the universe just could be giving you a good kick, if that makes sense.
That's true.
Okay, do we have anyone else that wanted a reading? Otherwise, I think we are closing this up, and we want to ask everybody that they subscribe, but also we are going live on Pinterest Thursday, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So this exact time,
5:30
Thursday.
or 5?
I think it's 5:30 to 7.
5:30 to 7.
So this time, like right now, wherever you are in the world, this is when we're starting, and we're going to be over at Pinterest doing live. We're going to be doing some, we haven't decided yet, but I think we're going to be doing some fun zodiac reads based on Burmese zodiac signs. If you don't know what that is, you'll have to come over and find out, but that's where I'm going with this. I'm going to have to fix that, but I think we're going to try something really weird and different just for fun, and we'll do zodiac signs that you have never heard before, probably, unless you're from Burma. So I was over in Burma, and that's how I found out about them. Burma's cool, man.
Yeah,
fortunately,
you hit the window where it was open for like 2 minutes and you got in.
Yeah, it's not safe for people to go in most of the time, especially Westerners, and they opened the country up for like 6 months or something, and I got to go during that and go check out the temples and go do all the cool stuff, and I really liked it.
They have some crazy temples there.
So many cool temples. So I got to learn a little bit about the Burmese, and it just stuck with me. I think their stuff's cool. That's all I'm saying. All right. I think there's any other questions, but we are 10 seconds ahead, so I will wait a second. And hopefully you enjoyed the reads today. And please let people know it's like a ghost town over here on YouTube. Have you ever seen the Westerns where the little tumbleweeds blow by and you hear the whistling? That's our YouTube channel here. So feel free to let people know that we exist, because we appreciate the help and getting out there and people knowing who we are, what we do. Thank you so much. All right, I don't see anyone chitty-chatting, although I see people online, they're watching, but they're not talking. So if you guys are just lurking, we are probably going to bail out of here in a second. Let me put my pendulums away unless you have any other questions. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please subscribe. And we're thinking about, again, doing a podcast. If you're interested in that, let us know. Be like, yes, podcast. What we're talking about doing is some spiritual topics, and we kind of...
metaphysical stuff, esoteric topics.
We kind of give you a gut check. Like, I don't know how to explain it. We always joke that we're the Dr. Phil of readers, that we just kind of say stuff direct and harsh sometimes. But sometimes you need to hear it, because the universe is like, you're not listening. Here, these guys are going to say it for me. And I think part of our esoteric topics would be a lot more direct. We don't fluff it down too much.
Nope. We tell you what the board wants to say.
Yeah, we like to pride ourselves in having a cringe-free experience. You come over there and we talk like normal people. So that'll be a whole topic for another one.
And that is a whole thing.
It's a cringe-free. Thank you. I think that's it. Nobody else is talking except Amanda. So we love you, Amanda. Thanks for the support and sending some people over for some reads. It was fun.
And we appreciate you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, last thing I forgot to mention. We have a Telegram group, and Telegram is the best way. It is a free app. You'll see it in the description here. I wish I should have. I need to pin that. I always forget to pin it, but it is in the description of this thing. Once it's over, just hit the description. Any of my any story has the Telegram app. What'll happen is you'll come in and it has like a challenge to make sure you're not a robot and you're not a spam bot. It'll say like it'll introduce itself and then say click here to prove you're human, and you click it and then it's like a CAPTCHA you do. And once you do that, you can talk and you can get all the free stuff we put over there. So we announce where we're going to do free readings. We don't announce it usually. Like today was just, you had to be in Telegram to know. Like you just had to know.
Sometimes we just go on.
So join our Telegram page if you want more like this. Because we don't, once we really get going, we get so busy, we don't do many free reads. Like this is just because we're starting a channel here on YouTube and trying to just introduce ourselves. But once we get going, there won't be a lot of those. But if you're in our Telegram group, you'll know when they come up and where they're at. Like, Jeebus was like, I'm dirt broke. Well, you can still get a read if you're in our Telegram group.
Yep.
We'll throw a brother a bone. That sort of thing. So join the Telegram group and be cool. All right. We love you guys. And I think that is the last thing we're going to say. So we are OUT. Bye.